Hi, and welcome to the Dapper Man. My name is Greg. Today we're going to be smoking and reviewing the CAO Brazilia, so stay tuned. Alright, welcome back. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to be smoking the CAO Brazilia. This is one of my go-to cigars, from one of my go-to brands actually. CAO has a lot of has several 90 plus rated cigars from Cigar Aficionado. This is actually one of them. The CAO Brazilia was rated 91. It's 100% Nicaraguan tobacco, including long leaf filler. I actually have the box press here. So this is a Toro. It's a 5.5 by 55 ring gauge. I really do like the shape in the box press in this cigar. It's fantastic. And what I should be tasting are earthy notes, some floral, and toasts with flavors of toast and nuts. So let me go ahead and light this up here real quick, and I'll go ahead and give you my initial review of just after lighting it up. I did go ahead and do a V-cut. V-cut is my go-to cut these days because it allows a nice draw, similar to a punch. We get a little bit more air movement. So let me go ahead and light this up and I'll be right back. Okay, I have just lit this. Usually as soon as you light it, you want to take a couple puffs, make sure it stays lit, it's lit evenly. I'm actually going to touch this up just here real quick. We have a new torch here in the lounge, just touch up. There we go. Looks much better. Okay. Normally you don't get a whole heck of a lot of distinction on your first couple puffs. At least that's what I've noticed. But let me see what I can get here. Definitely getting some toast and some nuts. Of course, it's very earthy. A little bit spicy, but I'm not sure if that's just because I just lit it or not. So let me go ahead and smoke down a little bit, and we'll see what flavors I get as I start going through the stick here. So stay tuned. Okay, so I'm just a fraction of an inch in to the cigar right now. One of the things I do love about the cigar is just the amount of smoke that it produces. Even so, it's not, as you can see, it's not a lot of smoke right there when it's just not burning or when you're not puffing on it. But when you do, definitely lots of smoke there. I am getting more of those floral notes right off the bat, with a little bit of pepper in there, especially on the sinuses and the retrohale. And I'm getting a lot of coffee and some nutty flavor down at the finish there. Like I said, we're only a fraction of an inch in, so I'm going to continue smoking, see how it progresses, and we'll go ahead and give you an update here in a couple minutes. So I'm back. Just a quick update on the burn here, really. So you can see it's kind of uneven there. I'm actually going to even this out here. Actually, I think I'm going to just flip the cigar over, see if I can go ahead and correct the burn that way. I really don't like touching up the cigar once it's already lit, beyond the initial, making sure everything's even. If I can go ahead and correct this without having to put flame to it, I definitely will. And as you can see, it's definitely starting to run on one side. So again, just flip it over, and I'll go ahead and see what I can do to even this thing out. Flavor is pretty much the same. A lot of floral notes, really early, and then that's overpowered by that tobacco earthy flavor. And again, the pepper is really smoothed out. I think that's just because it was such a hot light that you get that pepper to begin with. and I am getting the kind of the nuts on the and the toast on the and coffee at the tail end there. It's actually a nice finish though. I really enjoyed the cigar. So let me go ahead and see if I can even this out without having to touch it up, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, as you can see, I am finishing up my first third of the cigar. The burn has really evened out for the most part. That's a hallmark of a good cigar, is when you can just kind of roll it over and even out that burn. Getting a lot of the same floral notes in the very beginning, and then those just blend beautifully into the coffee and the nutty flavor at the finish. It does have a decent finish as well, so you can really enjoy the cigar without having to really smoke it very, very quickly. I'm going to continue to smoke this thing a little bit more, get into the second third here a little bit, and see if any of those flavor profiles change. So stay tuned. All right, so let's do a quick update. I took the two bands off. One just had the box press. The other one was an actual CAO Brazilia band. I'm into about halfway through the second third, probably. Still getting a lot of that floral. Less coffee and less nut and toast on the end there. No pepper. Just a lot of those floral notes in the second third, which I think is very interesting. The burn has really evened itself out. I haven't had to touch it up with the lighter at all. Just rotate it. So the part that's not burning, I rotate it to the bottom. Some of you, that's probably the easiest way to do it, is whichever way is burning slowest, flip it over. And that's probably the best way to even it out on its own. Construction's holding up really well. The cap is holding up. A little bit of tearing on the cap, but not too much. I've also noticed the finish is also shortening up a bit because you have those lighter, those floral notes. It's not as long of a finish. Still get a lot of smoke, as you saw. This would probably pair very, very well with a nice strong coffee, would be my guess. Something nice and strong like again, coffee or a stout of some sort would really, really pair well with this. So I'm going to go ahead and continue smoking here, and I'll come back in a little bit with another update on the flavors. Okay, so coming into about the second half of the second third here, maybe into the second third here. Floral notes are still there, not as intense. Definitely getting more coffee and some more of that nutty flavor. Burn still pretty good. As you can see, it's kind of mushrooming out just a little bit on the tip there, where the cherry is, but that's to be expected at this point. Hasn't turned yet. One of the things I do, if you've seen it in my other videos, is I'll blow through the cigar. That helps keep it from turning. Oh, here we go. There we go. Helps it from turning. So let me go ahead and finish this up. I'll come back with a final flavor profile and give you my final thoughts. Alright, so this is my final update on the cigar. As you can see, I'm down to the nub here. It's turned a little bit. Let me see if I can taste anything beyond the turn. Yeah, still getting a lot of those floral notes. No coffee at this point. No nutty flavor, nothing. So it's all floral. So I'll probably just have a couple more puffs on this and put it out. Overall, I think this is a very, very good cigar. I do agree with Cigar Aficionado. It's definitely a 90+ cigar. A lot of taste. It's a good smoke. It's I've been smoking pretty quick, so it's probably been about an hour, maybe a little more than an hour on the smoke here. I think you can get it for like $8, maybe $9, depending on where you are and the taxes in your area. But I do highly recommend this cigar. It'll go great with a coffee or a stout or something, you know, with a lot of other bold flavors. The floral notes are also will pair very, very well with that. This is a full-bodied cigar, though, so be careful. You don't want to smoke it too fast, otherwise you'll definitely get lightheaded. This is probably not a good smoke if you're brand new to cigars, so you definitely want to try a couple other full-flavored cigars first before you try this one. But definitely give this one a shot. So that's all for the cigar review. I hope you liked it. If you do, please give us a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the little bell notification down at the bottom so you get notified when I do new videos. And I'll go ahead and post my full review on the website, thedapperman.org. And you can follow us on Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, all that other fun stuff at the Dapper Man US. So hope you have a fantastic day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.